If I could have your attention, please. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce Greystone Power Luncheon. I'm Mike Stevens with Metro Bank, and I'm serving as your chair this year, and I'm here as host today. We're so glad to be sponsored by Mercer University today, and we're glad to have those folks here with us, and we'll be hearing from them in just a moment. We wanted to, before we give thanks for this delicious lunch, a little early Thanksgiving lunch, we want to say thank you to Lori Bomar and Atlanta's Finest Catering. If we could give her a round of applause, please. You would normally see Lori bounding around the room with endless energy, but she is out today helping her daughter get her driver's license. So watch out on the roads this afternoon if you see Lori and a young driver coming down the road at you. I would like to ask Bill Osborne, the city manager of the city of Douglasville, to step forward if he would and ask Grace and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's bow our heads. Father God in heaven, we come to you now in the name of your Son Jesus, thanking you for being able to assemble free and being able to express our opinions, being able to just enjoy this fellowship. Lord, the two things I want to especially thank you for today. I want to thank you for men and women who make themselves available to serve the public in elected positions. Just ask that you would bless each of them who are here today, bless each member of their families. Also, Lord, I want to thank you at this particular season of the year as we move into the Thanksgiving season. We have so much to be grateful for in this country, and we just thank you for all of our freedoms and all the things that we have to make life enjoyable for us. Now we ask now that you would just be with us at this time. Bless this occasion and be with everyone who's here and watch over them and keep them safe. In the precious name of Jesus we pray. Amen. You'd stand, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Penny Elkins from Mercer University, and it's our great honor and privilege to be able to be a sponsor of this luncheon today. We love the Chamber of Commerce, and certainly we are we like to be part of the Power family here in Douglas County. I want to say that Mercer's been serving this community for over 2 decades. Most folks don't know that we've been here since 1987. We've got a regional academic center right off of Thornton Road, offering programs for working professionals in the evening and on the weekends. I want to invite some of our team to stand, please, so that you can know these wonderful people. We've got a Mercer table over here. Everyone stand, please. And I'm going to introduce them. We've got Dr. Jody Blank from our Stetson School of Business and Economics. Breezy Stratton, whom you will probably know. Breezy's like the face of Mercer in Douglas County. She's our admissions representative out here. Maritza Ferreira, who is our marketing director. And we've got Andrew Horn. I almost made him a doctor. He'd love that. Honorary doctorate. There you go, Andrew. Andrew Horn, who is our director of marketing and admissions for all of our regional academic centers. We've got Dr. Lynn Clemens, who is on the faculty of College and Continuing Professional Studies. And we have Heather. I told them I was going to draw a blank, which I just did. Heather Scott, who is our wonderful doctoral candidate and our Regional Academic Center's admissions advisor at Douglas, working with Breezy. Okay, team, you may have a seat. Let me tell you, Mercer has a very long history, 177 years. Most of you know that. Ranked always in top colleges and universities in the Southeast by U.S. News and World Report, and one of the top 4 values for education in the state of Georgia by Bloomberg Business. So we want to bring high-quality educational experiences to this area. We're committed to serving this community, and this is just a part of our way of saying that we like to be a part of the Power team here in Douglas. So thank you for the opportunity for the sponsorship, and let us know how we can help in any way. Thanks.
Thank you, Mercer, and thank you to Dr. Elkins. We appreciate your sponsorship and your participation in the Chamber. We look forward to having you as a chairman's member and Dr. Mercer, good to see you. Dr. Clemens, good to see you again. Sorry about that. I just call you Dr. Mercer. Lynn and I go way back from Leadership Douglas, so it's good to see you involved again. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Mickey Thompson. Mickey Thompson is our 3-term mayor here in Douglasville, and he has a long history as an official in our community. Prior to being elected mayor, he served a 4-year term as City Council representative of Ward 5. He retired from the U.S. State's Attorney's Office in Atlanta, and he and his wife Janice are 37-year residents of Douglasville. Mayor Thompson is a member of the Atlanta Regional Commission and the Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority. He is the current chairman of the board of the trustees of the Georgia Municipal Employee Benefits Association, and he shows he has time for fun too. He is an FAA licensed airplane pilot and an accomplished race car driver. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Mickey Thompson.
Well, I'm glad he didn't read all those other things that I do. I'd have been in trouble. But let me begin by thanking each of the elected officials that are here today, that took the time to be here today. We certainly appreciate that. In these tough economic times, I know each of you are asked and sometimes required to do more with less. And at the city, we certainly know that. You give of yourself frequently, and you are doing the things that you have to do, and oftentimes you're spending time away from your family and your loved ones to serve those that have actually placed their trust in each and every one of you. I know you don't hear this very often, but there are many in the community, including myself, that say thank you for everything that you do for all of us. And speaking on behalf of the elected officials that are here today, we certainly appreciate the Chamber of Commerce each year recognizing the elected officials in this manner. And also we want to thank our sponsor today, Mercer, for your contributions to today's luncheon and what you do in the community. Each year the Chamber invites the chairman and I to give what I call as a mini State of the City or State of the County address, and to bring you up to date on some of the events and initiatives that each of our governments are undertaking. Now, I'm going solo today. The chairman, I believe, is going to give his report in March. And as opposed to standing before you today and talking to you and telling you about our projects, what I'd like to do is take you on kind of a short guided tour. It's about 16 minutes of some of the initiatives and projects that we've been working on. And let's hope it works. I am delighted to make this annual report to those attending this month's luncheon meeting of the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce. Since my report will be shown over the next several weeks on the City of Douglasville's television station, I am delighted my report will reach other citizens of Douglasville and of Douglas County. I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for making it possible for the City of Douglasville government to make these reports at your November meeting each year. I recently watched City TV tape from 2009, and last November I reported on how the City of Douglasville had laid the groundwork and the framework for several major projects, with some of those preparations extending back for months or even years. Today I am able to report to you that a significant number of those projects have been completed, while others are now underway or are moving into the construction phase. I would like to start with public safety. If you have traveled along Highway 92 south of I-20 over the past several months, I know you've seen the progress being made on the new Public Safety and Municipal Court building. Completion is scheduled for the early part of 2011. Located on a 20-acre site approximately 1/2 mile south of I-20, the city's public safety and municipal court facilities will usher in a new day for the Douglasville Police Department. No longer will department personnel be scattered among several buildings in the downtown area, none of which had been designed or built originally for law enforcement use. When this new facility is occupied around the 1st of February, the police department will have adequate, well-designed space to serve the public. In addition to the police department, municipal court will be also located there. I know Police Chief Womack, his staff, Judge Rollins and his staff are counting the days until they can move into this new space. Funding for the facility was made available through the general obligation bond issue approved by the City of Douglasville voters. This is a very functional structure, and the expansion space is designed to accommodate growth for the next 25 years. In addition to the principal structure, we are constructing a separate building of some 20,000 square feet. The main level will be for education and training purposes, while the basement will house a firing range. Watch for the opening announcement, because there will be an opportunity for the public to tour the facility as a part of the grand opening ceremonies. In closing, let me note that the current police station in the downtown area will be turned into a downtown precinct. After months of dealing with the Douglas County Board of Commissioners, the Bright Star Road Connector is finally open. This new road, built entirely with City of Douglasville funds, runs between Georgia Highway 5 and Bright Star Road. Motorists using this road will help relieve congestion in the area of Highway 5 and Douglas Boulevard. Our goal was to save travel time and improve safety for the traveling public. I believe we have met and exceeded this goal. As virtually all of you know, the intersection of this new connector at Bright Star Road currently is limited to only 2 lanes. The remainder of the road is working as designed, being a 4-lane divided road. The value of this new road is not diminished, even though only 2 lanes currently are open at its western end. The City of Douglasville is working with the Douglas County government to try to satisfy their demands. As previously noted, the connector's other end is at Georgia Highway 5. The City of Douglasville worked with the Georgia Department of Transportation on this important intersection improvement project, which was the first road construction project in Georgia to be funded with federal economic stimulus money. The city used part of its 2002 SPLOSH funds to pay for the right-of-way acquisition, and the Georgia Department of Transportation handled the construction phase of this project. Although many of you probably experienced problems in recent months driving through the construction zone, I think we'd agree this project has reduced congestion in the Highway 5 and Rose Avenue area. Likewise, Chapel Hill Road from I-20 South to Stewart Mill Road now handles traffic more efficiently. This is a result of another City of Douglasville project, with most of these funds also being from part of the city's 2002 SPLOSH program. The Georgia Department of Transportation contributed some funds to this key transportation project, and we appreciate the Georgia Department of Transportation's continuing cooperation with the City of Douglasville on road projects. This continuing cooperation between the City of Douglasville and the Georgia Department of Transportation is important for the Georgia Highway 92 relocation project. After months of working with the Georgia Department of Transportation, with U.S. Congressman Scott, and our engineering firm, we felt we had concluded the city's part of this complex project, and we could hand over the baton to the Georgia Department of Transportation for right-of-way acquisition and road construction. We believe that the final public hearing held in the spring of this year was the final step for the city. Everything seemed in order, with detailed environmental documents complete. Then, early in the fall of this year, we were notified by the Georgia Department of Transportation that the Federal Highway Administration wanted more changes to this document. So we're back to the drawing board with our consultants, the Georgia Department of Transportation, and the Federal Highway Administration. We expect this work to be completed in the spring of 2011, costing the city another $100,000. This should enable the right-of-way acquisition to start on time, so while it's taking a little longer to complete than we anticipated, the finish line is still in sight. As a final word concerning transportation, I know many local businesses along Fairburn Road suffered through the Highway 92 widening project. I believe we all agree that the Georgia Department of Transportation and the City of Douglasville have a great finished project with a new bridge over I-20, and with this new section of Fairburn Road. Lighting and landscaping are also planned for this exit. Another major project in Douglasville moved in 2010 from the planning stage into the construction stage. I'm talking about the renovation and reconstruction of Hunter Park. The new Hunter Park Community Center is in the process of opening its doors to serve the people in the Douglasville area. Funded with the city's 2002 splash money, this 16,000-foot building is a tremendous addition to our Parks and Recreation Department. Certainly this facility will enable us to serve people far more effectively than we could do in the older, smaller community center. And while it will be several more months before the other improvements are complete, I can tell you that the new ball fields, including a special needs field, expanded parking facilities, a new tennis complex, and various expanded amenities will be well received by everyone. And I am pleased to announce that as a part of this work, the train will be back, completely repaired and looking great. I can't give you an exact date for the opening of the newly renovated Hunter Park, other than the new community center is now in the process of planning for their grand opening. We want to be sure that the grass on the ball fields are ready because we know premature use of the fields could damage the grass severely. As I conclude my report today on the Parks and Recreation Department, I did want to mention 4 additional items. First, Fowler Field, which sustained heavy damage in September 2009 due to heavy rains and flooding, now is back in full service. The Douglas County Soccer Association is getting use of this soccer facility. Many people are using the walking track, and the paved parking lot is serving the users of this park. Ironically, the fact that the city was getting ready to strip and then rebuild the ball fields in Hunter Park gave us a source of sod for reclaiming the playing surfaces in Fowler Field, where the floodwaters had destroyed the previous stand of grass. Second, with the opening of the new Hunter Park, the staff which had been temporarily housed in the Hawthorne Center at Jesse Davis Park will be able to move back to Hunter Park. This in turn enables Jesse Davis Park to have full use of the Hawthorne Center's meeting rooms and activity centers. Third, the City Council made an important decision in June when it approved my nomination of Bennett Oliver to be the new director of the city's Parks and Recreation Department. Bennett had been a member of this department's staff for 3 years, and I believe he is providing excellent leadership with our Parks and Recreation programs. Next, the department is working with the Downtown Conference Center to have a coordinated plan for renting space in the Downtown Conference Center and the buildings of the Parks and Recreation Department. Thus, whichever location you contact, you can obtain information on what space is available for rental in all of the city's facilities. Finally, although a very unusual combination of the past couple of years of too much rain sometimes, too little rain other times, and higher than normal temperatures for much of this summer, coupled with the poor economy, has created major problems for all golf courses. The city's West Pines Golf Club has been able to maintain its operation during these trying times. We've made some adjustments with the operator of the course, and we sincerely hope 2011 is kinder for all golf courses. But we recognize West Pines is an asset to the city's Parks and Recreation Department and to the entire community. And this city government remains committed to keeping West Pines open for the use of all citizens while keeping expenses to a minimum. In the interest of time, I'll very quickly mention several community services of special significance in 2010. We continue to see improvements in the downtown area with a lot of involvement by businesses and citizens. Despite the economic downturn, the future of downtown Douglasville continues strong. We appreciate the work so many individuals have done with Marcia Hampton and her staff in the Community and Downtown Services Department. Several months ago, the city decided to delay starting construction of the city's new conference center until 2011. The new conference center will be located across Church Street from City Hall and the current Downtown Conference Center. A key reason for the 2011 startup was because Representative Bill Hembry and other members of our state delegation wanted to wait until 2011 to pass the required local legislation for a special 1-cent motel tax that will provide key funding for this project. With the 2011 legislative session approaching, the city will soon announce a new timeline for moving forward with this important development in the downtown area. 3 items need to be mentioned regarding the city's maintenance and sanitation department. First, in a move to improve customer service to commercial sanitation customers, recently the City Council took steps for the city government to provide commercial sanitation pickup services for all businesses rather than contracting it out. The actual changeover will occur on July 1, 2011, following several months of preparation. Second, in order to make the city of Douglasville more attractive to motorists traveling along I-20, the City of Douglasville Maintenance and Sanitation Department has picked up trash and cut the grass at all I-20 interchanges in the city for years. This program has now been expanded to cut grass and pick up trash along I-20 for some 4.8 miles. Third, as I mentioned earlier, the city and the Georgia Department of Transportation have signed an agreement for the Georgia Department of Transportation to provide a $50,000 grant for landscaping and related beautification at I-20 and Fairburn Road, and for the city to be responsible for future maintenance of that landscaping. The city is seeking 2 similar grants to have the same arrangement with the Georgia Department of Transportation at the I-20 interchanges at Chapel Hill Road and Georgia Highway 5. In closing, I want everyone to know that the City of Douglasville continues its conservative approach with finances, and there are clear results to what the city has been able to do. Let me note just a few of those. Because of declining revenues, the overall budget adopted by the City of Douglasville for fiscal year 2010 and 2011 was cut by 7% from the adjusted overall budget for the previous year. Sales tax revenues dropped, as did property tax income to the city government, but we made the needed adjustments in order to balance the budget. As a result of tight budget controls, the City Council in October was able to grant the first employee salary increase in over 3 years. To be effective in December, each full-time city employee will receive a take-home pay increase of $1,200 a year. In other words, after all employee-paid benefits have been deducted from their paycheck, each employee will realize an actual $100 per month salary increase. My closing comment underscores the City of Douglasville's commitment to running this government like a responsible business. Unlike the Board of Education and the Douglas County Board of Commissioners, the City Council did not increase the tax millage rate for 2010. For the 15th straight year, the millage rate was either reduced or held at the same rate. This was more difficult this year because of the decrease in the tax digest. Members of the Douglasville City Council and I believe in keeping your property taxes as low as possible while continuing to provide quality services. And we believe in living within our means. In closing, thank you for the opportunity of presenting this report to you today. And I close by once again thanking each elected official here today for your service to the City of Douglasville and to Douglas County.
Well, I do want to say on behalf of all of the elected officials in the city, we appreciate you allowing us this time to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing. Now, typically, I do my State of the City address in February. Now, it's about 4 times longer than this and a lot more detail, so I know you appreciate this abbreviated version today. In closing, there is one area that we did not record because we thought our time was a little bit more limited than it is, and that's talking about the City of Douglasville's Development Authority. This organization has quickly became the go-to organization in West Georgia and recognized by the Georgia Department of Economic Development and others. Let me briefly just mention a couple of projects that that board and the Development Authority has been working on. and you probably know about several of these. Georgia Highlands College is located off Stewart Parkway. And I don't know if Ken Bernard's here, but we owe a special debt of gratitude to Regent Ken Bernard for his work and his assistance in bringing Georgia Highlands here. Now, there's a strong, bright future for Georgia Highlands because the city of Douglasville has committed 50 acres of property that will be used at some point in time in the future to build a more permanent campus. They're in temporary facilities in the old Walmart facility now. So with Mercer and Georgia Highlands, this community is certainly going to be positioned to provide higher education opportunities for all of us. The other project you probably read about in the paper is Medline. Medline is going to be located down on, I call it Lower River Road. It's what was the original name until the name was changed on it. But they're going to employ initially 141 employees. All the documents have been signed, and they are in the process of putting the equipment, manufacturing equipment, and everything in. Now, they will employ additional people as they continue to expand. Another project is the Ross Group, right here in Douglasville, was relocated. They have 25 information processing employees into the old Regions Bank building. So what we've been able to do is keep people here that were planning to relocate somewhere else. They were looking for larger facilities, and we were able to help them, although they were looking actually outside of Douglas County. Some retail projects. The Development Authority has worked a lot on backfilling vacant buildings. One of our initiatives is to bring people to the city of Douglasville and Douglas County to fill up these buildings that are vacated. Two of those that I'll mention of interest is Garden Ridge. The old Garden Ridge, they went into the old-time pottery building, and we're certainly proud of that. And Kaiser Permanente, as you know, there's a ribbon cutting. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there last week, I believe it was, for the grand opening in the old Atlanta Bread Company. So we're very proud of what they're doing. We look forward to other projects that they're going to be working on. So with that, I will close, and Kelly told me if there was time, we would answer any questions that anyone might have. Okay, I got off easy. Thank you again for allowing us to do this presentation.
Thank you, Mayor Thompson, and thank you for bringing those remarks to us about the city of Douglasville. We also want to thank the city of Douglasville for the use of the Downtown Conference Center. We want to thank Atlanta's Finest Food, Mercer University, and Greystone Power for their naming sponsorship. This is the last luncheon we'll have this year in the Greystone Power Series. Thank you. Have a great day. We look forward to seeing you in January.